Hello everybody, my name is Ep.7 and welcome back to Let's Playing Hearts of Iron 4, the New Order mod. As Orenburg, so last episode, we have now elected Malankov as the leader, or like the chairman of Orenburg. So we're now no longer libertarian socialists, we are authoritarian socialists. Which should maybe mean we'll actually be able to have an army at some point. We have 31 political power. Our stability is still pretty high. War support is still pretty low. Still no manpower, no boats, no fuel, no money, no really anything. But on the bright side, it looks like we have no debt. So, you know, that is a positive for us at the moment, at least. The formation of Africa Shield. With Germany still consumed by the chaos of the Civil War and many of its territories becoming plagued in conflicts of their own, German Africa has today announced the intention to weather this terrible storm. Whilst the three German African colonies have previously only enacted cordial yet basic relations with each other, a joint declaration of the Siegfried Müller, Wolfgang Schleck, and Hans Hurtig have announced the creation of the Africa Shield. Officially, the alliance is only defensive in purpose in order to ensure stability within the colonies. Many international observers have expressed concern about what the alliance's true intentions are. Whilst the OFN have condemned the immoral colonial alliance, many within the German sphere have praised Müller in particular for his dedication protecting German interests and personnel across the continent. Of course, the OFN are you guys, your Organization of Free Nations. Yeah, so we have low manpower game. I know that. We've had low manpower from the very beginning. Karl Dunst has seized Korea. Chaotic news is spreading out from the Black Sea amid news of the Marine-led coup having been launched against the local civilian administration by respected German war hero Karl Dunst earlier this week. Serving as commander of the Major Reich naval base in Crimea, Dunst announced via the radio that following the disgraceful and illegal seizure of the Reichstag by Hans Spiel, he has no choice but to renounce the authority in Berlin. Shocked then erupted across the Reich and the world, as Dunst has openly declared for Martin Bormann, intensely liked by the Kriegsmarine. Many captains have since declared support for Don's actions and have vowed to join him in Korea to ensure the Kriegsmarine remains out of the hands for those who would utterly destroy the Reich. So Brahm is this dude. If you want to read this whole thing, I did in between videos. But basically, he is Hitler's actual successor, at least the one that Hitler said he wanted to be the successor. So we have 20 more days. Burgundy has declared war on the French state. That's fine. Again, Brittany's will declare war on the French state. Of course, like none of this stuff actually really matters. People look at just something going on in Madagascar. Assassin strikes to Hitler. Of course, this event probably should have happened earlier because Hitler's already dead, so that doesn't really matter at all. And there is a civil war going down here in Africa. So we have you guys, all of them apparently led by Nixon for some reason. Good for you. So we got the German territory here, and then I guess some more like native tribes, and then some other Germans who are also at war for some reason. I'm not really too sure. The Franco-Burgundian War, with the situation within Europe rapidly develops as the German sphere free falls into total collapse. Many have wondered if any of the move the secretive Black State would make. With recently leaked footage from Germany showing SS convoys moving into Burgundy, a border that has become one of the most militarized on Earth overnight, many observers declare that this is evident that Heinrich Himmler has withdrawn support of Reinhard Heydrich's claims to the Führership. Yet the true reasoning has now revealed itself. While the international community is still scrambling to make sense of the chaos, Burgundian tanks are now rolling into Paris, and the French military, severely weakened by German sanctions, have either been forced into a full retreat or have had their entire divisions destroyed wherever they dare make their stands. We got Burgundy over here with about probably 25 divisions against the French, who have 5. So there is clearly a pretty one-sided territory. Of course, Burgundy, or Brittany, I should say, has also apparently declared their independence with 2 whole divisions. So, you know, I don't know why Brittany even declared their independence. They're also fascist, so they're the same ideology. So I don't really know what the big deal is, to say the least. To ensure security. Stability's gonna go down. I think like a lot of these things just like destroy the stability of the nation, because they're basically completely restructuring all of Orenburg to, you know, fit the interests of Malankov, and hopefully not die to Darwanger over here. Try to survive Spoiled trucks. Is he like... I mean, I'm sure he has a thing over here at some point to kill me. Oh, England's apparently also at war. Is it in here? Penetrate the mountains? I think these are the ones that maybe try to get us killed. I'm not really too sure. The English Civil War. As the German Civil War and its proxy conflicts tear across part Europe, the fires have seemingly spread to England. Claude Oneglich, famous for being generals to surrender during the German invasion and having spent the last 10 years as a seemingly proud member of a collaborator regime, has declared a free England and has revealed himself as a pretty mysterious leader of the United English Resistance Group, Her Majesty's most loyal resistance. Already partisan members of the brigades from resistance cells, including Bill Alexander's Communist Front, which have allied with HMMLR previously in the year, have taken much from the collaborators. The garrison of Cornwall has already begun full rolling into England proper, but the scale of the uprisings is unprecedented, even with 2 large-scale uprisings in the past. So we got Free England over here, with probably about 17 divisions. We got England down here, the Kingdom of England, with probably around 10. So right now, this England does look like it's leading, but of course, looks like Cornwall's also on their side with about 5 divisions. So it's pretty evenly split. As far as I can tell, at least. I don't know why this territory is not owned by Switzerland. There must have been an update in the mod since I last played. But I don't know why Switzerland is kind of just missing territory. But I'm sure that'll be fixed whenever. That just happens sometimes with mods. They just get updated. Like a small little hotfix, and for some reason it breaks territory problems. It's happened with Kaiserreich too. And there's not really anything you can do to fix it. Because, I mean, okay, it's not working here. But the transfer state mod basically does not work with these things, and I don't know how to actually fix it. And apparently it does work, it's just, not showing up there properly. That's fine, it's not actually, like, a big deal. So we are almost 2 days ready to ensure security. And then we will also continue stability, which is a negative 15% stability effect, okay. I'm sure we'll get a pop-up in a second. Or not, actually. I'm pretty surprised. Normally, every one of these events has, like, some sort of big pop-up event afterwards. What are you guys doing? Do I know? You're doing something. I mean, they all have, like, pretty low stability. Like, you got 11.9%. Like, is this having low stability just a thing in this mod? Like, it kind of seems like it. Everybody's stability is, like... These are negative 40%, negative 40%, negative 40%. 2%. 40... I mean, the French are relatively stable compared to most other places. That's something. I feel like my mic, for some reason, is, like, a lot louder than it used to be. And I don't know why. I mean, I'll check that after this video, but I'm not too sure what that is. The Yasanda crisis following the release of information implementing Yasanda Holdings executives as ringleaders in a corruption scheme turned murder investigation. A Titanic Zaibatsu appears to be in dire straits. When the Tokyo Stock Exchange opened earlier this morning, the floors were flooded with frantic shareholders begging for their orders to be processed first and frightened in turn carrying bids of sell orders through the chaos. Already, Yasanda's holdings have entered freefall, and the mass liquidation of assets held in the home islands, Guangdong, Vietnam, and China have created an economic power vacuum set to tear apart the sphere economy apart. Experts predict that the Zaibatsu is on life support, and unless Ino's cabinet can be mobilized to produce a miracle, a total collapse of the corporation can be expected as soon as next week. The men stood by the still calmly and waited for their turn to jump, the Tokyo Stock Secretary. Economic war. So Japan is having a bad time, but of course nothing's actually going to happen until the full release of the mod. All these cool little decisions don't actually do anything. Burgundy is sees land from the French state in the chaos of the German Civil War. Yeah, so they are significantly bigger. No surprise to anybody that they managed to win that war. I'm probably surprised the other thing did not give us an event. It's just, you know, stability is going to go down. There's not much we can, I guess, do about that. Political power is going down extremely. I mean, it is going down, But it's going down by like 0.01, so it's not a huge deal. All this stuff is not really changing. But our production efficiency is 5% better. That is something. Do we at least have... Okay, we're missing 540 guns. But is that because we're trying to train armies? Yeah. Yeah, it's just these guns that are missing. Reinforcements, of course, are top priority. If we can have some manpower, that'll be good. So the Republic of Madagascar is defeated. Reichskommer's on Madagascar in a war. So yeah, what's going on here? So the German army is lost. So we have the Republic of Madagascar here. The Ignited? I have no idea. And they're against this other guy, which I'm assuming is also a different Republic of Madagascar, but sure. We'll see how that goes. The German Civil War is also, it's going bad for Heinrich. Spear's not looking too good. Bormann is looking relatively okay. Goring is also looking okay. I feel like you're probably going to lose. I do think you're probably going to win. Probably about 30 divisions. I mean, he does seem to have the biggest army, but it is a question on who will actually win this. Let us go down to reorganize the Workers' Council. So Heinrich's basically been pushed out of Alsace-Lorraine. He's going to end up in Prussia for some reason. I don't know why his territory is so like spread out. Really doesn't seem like it's going to actually help him out that much. And how's everybody else doing, you know? Sweden's doing fine. Ukraine looks a little bit weird, but you know, what can you do? Sometimes places just look a little bit odd. So what happens? Political power goes down. Popularity of Libertarian Socialists goes down by 27%, which I'm assuming is going to probably make them 0, right? Well, basically, yeah, they're going to be already down there. What else happens? Replace multi-party system with controlled opposition. Ability goes down. It does it twice, I'm really not too sure. Will diminish the effects of anarcho-communist politics. Really 25. Honestly, I don't know. A new youth for a new day. The youth of Orenburg have, much like the rest of the region, unorganized and uneducated, and the virtues necessary to survive. Under Comrade Malikov, however, this is starting to change. The formation of the Komsomol, or All-Union Leninist Young Communist League, has been a part of a new initiative to keep children away from religious dogma and instead promote atheist thought. Under the direction of older party members, Komsomol members will work to shut down churches and other bourgeois institutions and instead promote proper socialist values. We've gotten some pushback, however. For one thing, young people don't like feeling as though they're being told what to do. The hooligan gangs and groupings have been formed. A big worry comes in the form of the parents. Many have accused us of being intruders and disrupting the family unit. Our response to these claims are simply, yes, that is what we're doing. Children should develop to assist the collective good of Orenburg and of Russia, and not be held back by their parents. After all, didn't the Christ they love so much say that one should abandon their families if it meant following a good path? Counter-revolutionary dogma in the family must be fought against no matter what. This is a bad idea. What do they know? Apparently we're getting attacked again. And why does it keep changing my general? I do not understand. I don't keep the same dude in... I mean, you're probably not even the best guy. Like, he's the best guy, but still, I don't understand why it keeps changing it over and over and over again. The South African War. Violence has erupted across South Africa today as the Boer Republic, angered at what they have perceived as endless attacks on themselves by the South African government, formally declares independence from the Republic of South Africa. Accompanying the declaration of Boer militias carrying mostly German armaments have spread out across the Orange Free State and numerous other parts of northwestern South Africa, coming to armed conflict with South Sudan soldiers stationed in the area. As the conflict continues to escalate, it's clearly unknown what exactly the German response will be. Yet, as observers report, increasing militarization in South Africa border by the newly formed Africa Shield, many consider the German response to be self-evident. Africa is in chaos. No one starts at war, or rather, no one has his senses ought to do so. without first being clear in his mind what he intends to achieve by that war and how he intends to conduct it. Harold G. Moore, we were soldiers once, and young dominoes shall stop. So basically, in this mod, the South African War is supposed to basically be the Vietnam War. It's like a direct comparison. Even the song when that little pop-up showed up, it was painted black by... I can't remember who sings Painted Black, but it's Painted Black, which might have something. It might have been a Vietnam War song. Either way, it's basically just it's the Vietnam War. There's really nothing else to say about that. Our garrison keeps getting slaughtered. That's not a huge surprise. They are really, really good at dying. I found that out. They are extraordinarily well at just being killed. You know what? If anything, we probably should just be on the board with this guy, because I think if anything bad happens, it's probably going to be against you. This might want to be where we put our entirety defense. You know what? Can I build a bunker? How cheap are they? 500. If I build that, how long will that take? 29th of April. You know, build like a level 2 fort in this one province. I mean, it's hard to say who's going to kill me, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be you. If there's one person I'm worried about, it's going to be Orsk. Rijkscommissant South Africa is declared war in the Republic of South Africa. Rijkscommissant off Africa is declared war. Oh no, these are okay. So I am guessing, yeah, they've all declared war on South Africa. That is not a huge surprise. And you know, the little pop-up basically saying that they were supporting the Boers. African Shield intervenes in South Africa. As the Boer rebellion rages on, international journalists on the ground have reported that the German colonial panzer divisions are now begun to pour across the South African border in rapid escalation of the conflict. Forces of a newly formed African Shield have already won several key victories, forcing already stretched thin South African soldiers into retreating south in disarray. While the OFN have expressed support for the South African regime for almost a decade, the feeling on the ground was captured by quickly spreading footage of a bloody South African soldier, part of a convoy of soldiers retreating from Port Nolith, who have asked the cameras the question that many have been asking: where the fuck are the Yankees? True chaos, when will it end? And then, you know, in the actual mod, the United States would get involved in that war. Much like they did in South Africa. So we can either go secure the outer communes or reorganize the guard. But, you know, oh, minimum training, no training to minimum training. That is a significant improvement. I mean, it's basically no improvement, but it's some. I don't know what the big difference is. The war continues to shift. Orange Germany has conquered Heinrich Germany. Okay, so no training is so mobilization speed is faster. Division training time is okay. Basically, they're slightly better. Basic training, combat schooling, advanced training methods. But this, I think, this is gonna be a good time to end this episode. Thank you for watching. My name is Anthem. If you've enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. If you did not, you can always thumbs down. Want to subscribe, and goodbye.